Topic today is, should modern women settle? So, are you guys aware of the 80-20 rule when it comes to dating?
No.
So, I think you guys, you're more familiar with the content, you might, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you ask 80% of women what they look for in a guy, they list out 20% of men, sometimes less. So the reason a lot of times girls will say things like men are trash, men are the worst, is because they're all sleeping with the same ones.
Okay.
They say that 20% of men have sexual access to 80% of women. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's numbers that back this up. Like, for example, men swipe right on Tinder 46% of the time. And what percent of the time do you think women swipe right on Tinder?
I think they swipe left.
No, I know. So what percent of the time as a girl do you...
Percentage?
Half of that?
I think half of that really.
25%, you think?
Yeah.
I'd say 25.
15 maybe.
5%.
5.
So
Actually,
there's a bunch of different studies, and different ones will say different things, but the most recent one I found is women swipe right 14% of the time. But I have seen it as low as 5 before, because when you think about it, that's just them swiping right. That doesn't include like what percent do they go on a date with.
Okay, right.
Right. So the question is, and then on top of that, second part is half of women over 30 are single and childless. So knowing what we know, right, there's not enough men to go around that the women want. So my question is, should women settle?
Hell no.
I don't think so either.
Okay, no.
No.
Why do you guys, why?
I mean, in this day and age, especially as dancers, for us, having a kid kind of halts your dance career.
Yeah.
And because like anatomy and all of that stuff, for guys, they can do whatever the hell they want. You know, they can do whatever they and then
create
not
babies left, right, and
not have to
centre.
deal
They
with
don't
the
have to worry about
consequences.
Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
Not deal with the consequences, but as women, we don't get that privilege. So,
Well, what does the biological clock have to do with settling? I just don't understand that.
I think, well, for women, settling is having kids, getting married, having a family, right?
Yeah.
And so in order to do all of that, mainly I'm thinking about the family thing. Once you have a family, we have to provide for that child for their whole lives, whereas men don't really have to do that. They can do what they want and then leave.
They're on the hook for child support for 18 years.
If they want to pay it.
If they want to pay it.
Well, you can go to jail if you don't pay child support.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, may I say, I found it interesting that you read the question as, should women settle down, as in get married, have children, and have a life with a partner? I thought the question was around, should women settle for a man that they believe to be less valuable than they themselves are?
Yeah.
If I may just say,
that's how I was.
Yeah, that's how I saw it
but
too.
hold on, if I may just say, I'm astonished that you would say that women should not settle down and get married and have children in general. That to me, I find perplexing.
I'm saying as a dancer.
As a dancer, okay. But
you
is
see,
that
I
not
think it
something that
depends on what
is
career.
something that would give the vast majority of women, including dancers, some sense of purpose, some sense of meaning?
I think in terms of dancers, it would literally stop our whole career, because even say like we have like 35 shows going on, or like whatever, like in our calendar or our schedule. If that happens, she won't really.
I understand, but the careers of athletes, as is similar for dancers, is limited.
Yeah, how long are you going to be?
How long are you going to be dancing for?
As long as I can.
As long as I
As
can.
long as you
yeah.
can. And I wish you good luck with that.
Amen.
But at the end of that, do you consider like having children, having a partner?
100.
Yeah, I think it depends when we want to stop. Like if I have a kid and I feel like that's the right time, then obviously, then I'm like, oh, I'm ready to start a family and I'm ready to do what I can. But if it's in the wrong time, if it's really unexpected, then like it's a shock. Do you know what I'm saying? So during that time, I would have no choice then to have my child, and I'll have to maybe give up my career. But
Are you all dancers?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested to know as to whether you think that it's best to perhaps settle down after your career as dancers, because at what age would that career end? Is it in your early 30s? Is it in your late 30s? Perhaps in your 40s?
I hope it's in my 60s.
I sincerely hope that that's the case for you too. But if you're thinking that you want to get married at the end of your career, I'm sure you don't want to get married at 60. You might want to get married a little bit earlier.
Did you know 90% of your eggs are gone by 30?
90%.
No.
And did you know that geriatric pregnancy starts at 35?
Wow.
And even if you do IVF, do you know how much that costs if you want to do IVF?
Yeah, that costs a lot.
It's $25K.
Goodness me.
And that may not even work. So why do you think we tell women to prioritize? Like, why would you tell girls to prioritize a career over a family when if you wait too long to have a family, then you can't have one?
I mean, for me personally, I feel like it's completely up to the